Hello, my Ice and Fire nerds. Once again, it's me, Jaime of House Hernandez, and today we're going to be reviewing Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 7, The Dragon and the Wolf. I first want to apologize for my delayed post. These past 2 weeks have been extremely busy. I've been at Sabaton 2017 in Phoenix, Arizona running a booth, and on top of that, work has been killing me. I will make it a point in the future to be posting at least one Game of Thrones video up a week. On top of that, I'll be doing different movie and TV show reviews, so stay tuned for those videos as well. Where do we begin? This episode was absolutely amazing. It had everything I wanted in a Game of Thrones episode. Suspense, action, good storytelling, and finally, the wall came down. That being said, let's jump right in. We start off in the Dragon Pit where Jon and company await Cersei to prove to her the threat in the north is real. This is the first time in the entire series where we've had so many main characters in one scene at the same time. We have Jon, Jorah, Varys, Davos, Missandei, Dany, the Hound, Tyrion, Brienne, Podrick, Cersei, Jaime, Euron, Theon, the Mountain. The show did what it could when it comes to fan service. We had a meeting with Tyrion, Podrick, and Bronn, the Hound and Brienne, where Brienne discussed with the Hound that Arya is okay and that she made it back to Winterfell safely. It also gave us Tyrion and Cersei, Tyrion, Cersei, and Jaime, Jaime and Brienne, the Hound and the Mountain, with a little preview to Clegane Bowl. Once Cersei arrives, she asks where's Dany, where Tyrion says she'll be on her way soon. This enrages Cersei, because she doesn't like waiting for anyone. Then Dany makes the entrance the only way Dany knows how to. She rides in on the back of Drogon. This impresses everyone, except for Cersei. She keeps her face stone cold and emotionless. Then the meeting begins. Jon explains to everyone about the threat in the north and how they need to put aside their differences and join forces for the real war. Cersei, not believing a word Jon says, can care less. That is until the Hound shows her what he's brought. The White goes straight for Cersei, and this terrifies her. This is the first time in the entire show where so many people got to see a White at the same time. Now, I know all these characters believed Jon when they said the Army of the Dead is real, but this is the first time where they actually got to see it, and you can see everyone's face visibly terrified about the situation at hand. Cersei agrees to help Jon, but only if he swears to her that he will not invade the South once the war is over. Jon cannot make that promise because he's already sworn himself to Daenerys. This pisses off Cersei to no end and she storms off. The rest of the party approaches Jon and asks him why couldn't he just lie, to which Jon replies he's a Northman and a Northman keeps their word. This is why Jon Snow is my favorite character, because he says what he means and he means what he says. Honor to him above everything is the most important thing, and I can respect that. After Jon finishes the conversation with the group, Tyrion decides to speak with Cersei alone. Dany objects to this because she doesn't want her hand murdered by Cersei Lannister. Tyrion insists that this is the only way to get her help, so the group allows him to go. As Tyrion approaches Cersei's chambers, he runs into Jaime. They have a nice little heartfelt conversation where they both admit they're idiots for going into a room with Cersei Lannister. Once Tyrion arrives, Cersei starts with the insults, stating that Dany was the type of woman that he would go for. Tyrion tries to cut through the insults and get to the matter at hand. He admits to her that he feels that Daenerys will make the world a better place. He apologizes to her for the death of Tommen and Marcella, which Cersei wants no part of. The conversation goes back and forth, to which finally Tyrion realizes that Cersei is pregnant. At which point the scene cuts off and we see Dany and the group watching Tyrion and Cersei arrive. Cersei then tells the group that she will join them in the Battle of the Dawn and to defeat the White Walkers and the Night King. Next, we head back up north where Sansa summons Arya to the Great Hall. When Arya arrives in the hall, she is greeted by Sansa, Bran, and a host of Stark soldiers, along with Lord Royce of the Vale and Peter Baelish. At which point, Arya asks Sansa, is she sure she wants to do this? To which Sansa replies, I must do what honor demands. Then she starts reading off a host of charges. You are accused of murder. You are accused of treason. How do you answer for this? Lord Baelish. This takes Peter by surprise. Sansa then starts listing off everything Peter has done, starting off with throwing Lysa Arryn through the moon door, killing Jon Arryn with the help of Lysa Arryn, pitting the Starks and Lannisters against each other, and finally betraying House Stark by helping the Lannisters capture and kill Ned. Peter denies all these things, and he claims since no one was there, how could anyone know who's telling the truth? Then Bran speaks. Bran mentions to Peter how he held the blade against his father's throat and how he told him, "I told you not to trust me." Arya walks up to him and pulls out the cat's paw blade and said, "You gave this blade to my mother, and you said it belonged to Tyrion Lannister, but it belonged to you." At this point, Peter starts panicking. He pleads with Sansa. He pleads with Lord Royce. No one comes to his aid. Peter then goes down on his hands and knees and starts begging for mercy. None of this changes Sansa's mind, and with the quickness, Sansa orders the execution of Peter Baelish, and our favorite babyface assassin is more than happy to oblige. The scene ends with Peter Baelish laying on the ground in a pool of his own blood. Next, we're back up north where Jaime Lannister is talking to the other commanders of the Lannister forces. He is telling them they only have a few days to get ready before they march north. Cersei then arrives and asks to speak with Jaime privately, to which the lords oblige and let Jaime speak with Cersei. Cersei asks Jaime, what is he doing? When Jaime responds, she then tells him her plan, that she never intended to march her army north. She also then told him she sent Euron Greyjoy to Essos to pick up the Golden Company. With the Lannister forces and the Golden Company, she plans on retaking the country. Jaime is furious and can't believe what he's hearing. He tells her he plans on going north, to which Cersei replies, "No one leaves me." The Mountain then comes forward and draws his sword. Jaime, not believing that Cersei will have him executed, walks off. We then see Jaime heading north, not in his Lannister uniform, but more in a sellsword's uniform. He covers his golden hand because he realizes that if anyone sees that hand, they will know who he is, and he's more than likely dead. The scene ends with a single snowflake falling on Jaime Lannister's glove, and at this point we realize winter has arrived at King's Landing. Then we're back at Winterfell where Samwell Tarly meets up with Brandon Stark. Bran mentions to him how he's the three-eyed raven and what all that entails. He then asks Sam why is he here, to which Sam replies, he's here to help Jon and he needs to speak with him. Bran too also needs to speak with him. He then tells Sam how Jon isn't the son of Ned, but he's really the son of Rhaegar and Lyanna, which makes him a sand, not a snow. At this point a light bulb comes off in Sam's head. He tells Brandon about the Maester scroll he read, and how this particular Maester did a secret ceremony for Rhaegar and Lyanna. He asks Brandon, is this something he can verify? We instantly then warp back in time and witness the marriage of Rhaegar and Lyanna Stark. This here's a game changer because now it's official. People in the show know that Jon Snow is not a Snow, but he is a full-fledged Targaryen. His name is Aegon Targaryen, and he is the rightful heir to the Seven Kingdoms. While all this is going on, Jon and Daenerys are getting it on in the boat while Bran narrates. When the scene is over, we're at the top of the wall in Winterfell, joined by Sansa and Arya. They both talk about their struggles and how they respect each other. Sansa tells Arya that she's the strongest person she ever knows, to which makes Arya grin. Arya says that's the nicest thing you've ever told me. And Sansa, being honest, tells her not to get used to it because she is still strange and weird. They both talk about how they miss Ned, and now that winter is here, they must stay together. Because the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. And the Starks are a wolf pack. The final scene takes us back to the wall where Tormund and Beric are talking. They're looking out into the wilderness when they see something approaching. It is the White Walkers and the army of the dead. They start to prepare the troops when they hear a terrifying noise. It is an undead Viserion with the Night King on his back. Everyone starts to run in a panic. Viserion is attacking the wall. Viserion with its blue flame destroys the wall, and we all watch the wall finally come down. The episode ends with the army of the dead marching south, and the War for the Dawn is about to begin. This was an absolute fantastic way to end the season, and I can only imagine next season is going to be action-packed all the way through. I can't believe Season 7 is finally over, and we have to wait so long for Season 8. And once again, like I said before, I'll be posting one Game of Thrones video up a week. Stay tuned for my next one on my Season 8 preview, and we should have others following that very shortly. I will also be having a Thor Ragnarok review coming up once the movie is out, as well as some other movie reviews and TV show reviews. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below, and have a great day.